Heidi-ho, subscriberinos. Not sure where that come from. Alright, I'm starting this one a little bit early. I put this in the microwave for 2 minutes. This is just coconut and palm. This is specifically for Tanya's benefit because she asked about the oils and temperatures, so I thought I would go through this one because these are only little videos. Well, they're not, they're 17 minutes long, but little for me, I guess. Yeah, so the palm's fairly small. The jug's not particularly hot, but what I usually do is put them in for about 2 minutes, or my hard oils, and then I will just mix it up as much as I can, break them up till they get really little. I know it's hard to see because of the light, sorry guys. Lighting is an issue, I do know this, but this is as good as it's gonna get. So, but although, I mean, let me just check something. I know this is dark, but there's no overhead and I can up the exposure, so oh no, I haven't turned the bloody autofocus off. Alright, anyway, that there, I'll do this and then I'll turn this off and then turn the autofocus off. So, that, like I said, that was 2 minutes in the microwave, all the hard oils have melted. So, room temperature is 21.5 degrees Celsius. And the oils are going to be more than that. Just give it a minute. Yep, definitely a lot more than that. I like to keep the oils moving when I'm testing the temperatures, just because sometimes, like if you're close to the edge, it'll get a little bit cooler. So we're up over 47 so far. Okay, so we're just short of 49. It's going between 48.7 and 48.8. So just for general purposes, let's say 49 degrees anyway. Alright, so I wouldn't check that. I'd be like, yeah, that's not too hot, it's fine. So I will now put my olive oil, but I'm going to turn this off and turn the autofocus off and then we'll come back. Okay, so that's the autofocus off. Yay. Alright, now my olive oil just sits here at my feet. So it's just whatever the room temperature was, what we said. So I will pour my olive oil into this over on the scars and we'll come back and we'll test the temperature. Okay, so we have our room temperature oils in there now. So I'll give this a swoosh. I'm determined to be New Zealander. I'm determined to be New Zealander. Okay, I'm determined to be a Kiwi. Just because I love the PM. I'm in love with the PM. She's awesome. Oh dear. Kiwis are just Aussies with accents. Oh god, I'm going to get into so much trouble for that. Some Kiwi's going to come in and smack me in the head. Alright, that's had a nice mix. This is down to 24.4, 23. So that's still, the room temperature is actually, let me go have a look. According to my little thermometer over there, at 21.7. So let's put this in here. Because I would never have checked this and I would have just soaped with this as is. So I obviously soap hotter than I think I do. I don't when it's a normal recipe because I put goat's milk out of the fridge in it, so that always takes the temperature down a lot. Which also explains why these, when they move, because this is currently sitting at 31.5, which is a little higher than I would suggest soaping at. you'll find a lot of people don't suggest that, but I would suggest you don't listen to them. Anyway, we've got our blue cerulean frost here ready to go. I have round mould from Aussie Soap Supplies with the brambleberry thing on it, which, whatever. I may not be a fan, but I'm still using it. There we go, that's a bit better. It's straight up and down now. Alright, well I'm going to go chuck the lye. Well, no, I'll very gently put the lye in this, and I'll come back and we'll start making some soap. Oh, the other thing that I did with this, I didn't even realise that I had done, and I have done it with every single one, is I have added about 60 grams of water. Because the lye, I'm just using my 1-to-1 because I'm not doing this hot method thing anymore because I don't like the fumes. Yeah, I'm just using the 1-to-1 and then just chucking in some water. So I've just put in 60 grams of that. So that would have cooled down the oils just a little bit as well because it's just room temperature water. So just so you know. So there you go. Alright, now, I'm so not ready for this soap. Nope, haven't cleaned a stick blender or anything. Holy cow. And the water in there is gruesome too. Well, shit. Oh well, that's alright. We'll deal with that after this soap. I'll get this soap done. And then I'll go and clean the water. So I've got a bunch of piping bags today. So that's some big ones. So I only had a couple left. And I also got some little ones. So that's an indication of what's coming up in the near future. I'm not sure why that happened. Yeah, so I've got there's a few. I'm thinking that's a hair. It's not. It looks like it's a bit of pen. I actually have all my fragrances laid out with notes beside them and whatnot. So hopefully. It sounds like there's something crawling on the floor over there, which is really creeping me out. I mean, it could just be a lizard, but, you know, I mean, I'm fine with it being a lizard or a snake for that matter, but... And apparently we now have dancing pigeons. Oh, lordy. If that's not the funniest thing ever, listening to the pigeons walk on the roof. Actually, there's really no need to not put the colour straight in because we're not putting any fragrance in. So, and it's not a sketchy recipe, so we don't need to check to make sure it's reached emulsion or anything like that. So yeah, we're using cerulean frost today. We give a nice heap of cerulean frost. It's a very, very pretty colour. It's like it's like a really pretty sort of like it's cold looking. So I'm sorry that me in descriptions. I'm not very good. It looks like a cold blue, which will make sense to anyone who's an artist. All right. Not liking that at all because it just now looks green, but I mean blues do go spastic. What we might do is just put a smidgen of Catalina blue, which is a very true blue. You can see the difference on the spoon. So, but I'm just not going to put too much because I don't want the soap to be too dark. This is what I hate about making blues and purples and greens, because they completely change colour, so you don't know what it's going to look like at the end. Also, I'm going to completely have to colour correct this thumbnail. Otherwise, you're going to think you're getting a green soap. But that's okay because, oh my god, because it will be out of the mould and cut and hopefully back to its original colour before I have to edit the video, which means I can colour correct it to the actual colour that it is. Alright, so that's pretty good. So what we'll do, I don't know how that got so far up there. We'll just put you to the side. I'm thinking blue would be a good colour for the round one because I could usually use it maybe as a planet. I don't know. I just thought pink and purple were kind of odd for a round one. So, and you didn't see it again. But one drip. It's all a mistake I made. Yeah, there's way too much shadow, isn't there? All right. Well, we won't do this again. Turn that around. There you go. While the flickery of the things annoys me, I don't like how much shadow there is in this room right now, so I think we will possibly not do this again. But we've got to try these things, hey? More mixing! Okay, so I've just mixed that for what feels like an eternity, but it was probably a minute. It felt like a minute. A red hot minute it did. No, not a red hot minute, because that's a real quick minute, isn't it? So, a long minute. A long, annoying minute. So, what's annoying and takes a long time? I don't even know. My videos. It was a wickedly good video minute. Alright, I've corrected myself up with that one. Why can you see so much of my belly? I must have moved the camera. Whatever. Oh, I'm going to move it. Someone come in here and was filming in the night. That's what it was. Oh, that's thick as now, bruh. And hot. It's a mess everywhere. Messes everywhere. I don't know how this all happened. Yes, that's beautiful. Alright, nice and thick. Like my ass. Oh dear. I went out in public today, so I'm all hyped up. Oh, stupid me. I went to the chemist to get some Sudafeds, and I always get the ones with the pseudoephedrine in them. If you guys have heard me talk about my pseudos before. And you can't get them without a license, but since the whole virus thing, I haven't been taking my wallet with me anywhere. I've just been chucking my card in my back pocket, which is really stupid because I drive down there and don't take my license. So, you know, well, that's Iluka and it's like 2 blocks away, which makes you wonder why I drive. Because I'm lazy. And I need to start the van every now and then so it doesn't seize up. That's a good excuse. It needs to go for a run. Actually does. I can tell it needs to go for a run. I need to go pick up my treadmill, seeing as Bree still hasn't delivered it. And I asked her 3 weeks ago. Yes, I don't know what I was saying. Something. Doesn't seem like very much. Oh, because it's in there. Never mind. Oh, I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, yes, went down there. And because you can't buy Sudafeds without your license. And I'm like, well, I bought them like heaps of times before. She said, nah, sorry, you'll have to go get your license. I'm like, oh, God. So I had to drive home, get my license, drive back down there, show them my license. They didn't actually make me take my mask off. So, and I have different hair in my license as opposed to what I have now. So, yeah. But anyway, they know me down there, so they know who I am. They just have to have my license. It's that simple. So, what am I doing for this one? Pull up from side really deep to high. No, it's definitely not thick enough for that because it's just falling back in on itself. Alright. Well, you'll just have to just wait to the side, missy. I'll go clean things and do things and come back and fix you up. Alright, my friends. Well, once I edit out a little bit of stuff, this will probably be a little bit shorter of a video. And I will see you with a nicely decorated or nicely textured top. Like seriously, I put these in that. Look at that. I mean, that's just crazy, people. Look at that. It's just weird, isn't it? Alright, yes, with a nicely textured top, and we'll cut the soap. Alright, ta-da. Hello. You'll have to excuse me, I've just watched sad shit on Facebook and had a cry, and now I sound like an idiot. I don't know, it was just you know, just that stuff that pops up every now and then. You know, the feel good shit. People giving, you know, homeless people shoes and money, and it's like, can't watch that stuff. It's just too much for my poor little heart. These are hard. These are really hard. I even tightened my strings and they're still really hard. I came out last night about 9 o'clock and unmolded this. You can see the corners are just they're a little round. See how they're not like super. So I unmolded it a little bit too soon. If I had it come out at about midnight, these would have been absolutely perfect to unmold and cut, I reckon. This blue didn't really come back. That's the colour that I put in it. So it looks fairly similar on camera from here, but honestly it's more of an aqua colour than a blue colour, so it's still more on the green side. But you know, I mean, it's okay, you know. So the picture looks really good in the books because I've already done that. So now I have, it's really cool the way I've laid it out, I think. So yeah, so there's that. But the tops look really cool. I like the top. I think the tops turned out really nice. It's just a different little texture that I've never really done before. I wanted to. I thought maybe I could get it to look like dragon scales, but it doesn't once you cut it up. Like once you cut it up, it just looks like a top, so like a textured top. But when the whole thing sits together, it kind of looks dragony. But I'm pretty happy with it. So it's the pepper one I'm not real happy with, and you'll see that in the next video. But yeah, so little bubbles, because you know me, I put loads of bubbles in my soaps when I mix them, because that's just what I do. So yeah, that's it. That's all. That's the blue one. Oh no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Say no. So I've already opened this. I forgot. I couldn't help myself. You can also see there's a difference in the colours in this. This has stayed that extra aqua colour. So yeah, and there was a lot of leakage with this. I'll have to, oh, it cleans up fairly well. I'll just give that a bit of a trim with the knife, but yeah, but there was a lot more leakage than I expected, so, but yeah, it's definitely a different colour. You can see, probably not so much on the camera. Can you see it? See how much greener it is? Not really. But anyway, so I have that now. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. You can actually see that it gelled, which is kind of cool to see it in something so small. Yes, alright, I'll leave that sitting there so it doesn't roll away on me. And I'll see you for the next one. Bye.